So this right here is one of the games that actually did place. This particular game was first place. It was like a bit of a competition between all of the sixth grade classes. So this was strictly made from materials, just any materials you could find. We got the popsicle sticks, the ping pong balls, cups. So we gave the kids a couple weeks to be able to design this particular game. And then we were able to have some of the kids play it. And then do you mind going to the next slide?
Sure.
So a couple of the glows here, collaboration was really big. So for this one, I actually assigned groups. I didn't let them pick who they wanted to be with because I wanted to get different type of students, different type of learners together to kind of see how, what they came up with. So with that being said, like grouping them together, it was the groups really did flourish. Like there was really good collaboration between them. They also had for communication, like each one of the students had roles, so we had game conductor, hype man, ticket holder. So everybody in the group, which were groups of 4, they each had a job to do. So they were held to that accountability while they were building their game. Creativity, it did take some time to get them to make games of like quality, because at first we weren't sure if we were going to have other students play the games, but I did have to kind of hold their hand for a little bit to kind of show them examples of what type of carnival games would be very successful at a carnival. So after some hand holding, I was surprised at what came out of it. Like they started really providing some really good creative games. And then the presentation, at the end, I feel like it all wrapped up really nicely, like, with a little bow on top, like, especially with them having their roles, they had that time to practice their different roles. And then they were able to watch some videos of carnivals. I did show them that, that way they could see like how to interact with people who attend a carnival. As far as some grows, things that we were looking forward to maybe implementing for the next time we do the carnival or any other PBL, is sufficient materials. So for this one, we did request some of the students to bring materials from home, things that you could find at the dollar store, just things that students already had there. So sufficient materials was probably a big hurdle to get through, because there were so many kids. Once you saw some kids with ping pong balls, the other group wanted ping pong balls too. So it's just like, oh, wait a minute, let's try to, so I think that was one obstacle to get through is having sufficient for their creativity, sufficient materials. And then time in school, we were reusing what we call win time. And for sixth grade, it's a little shorter than the other grade levels. So we had maybe about 25, 30 minutes per day. So that was kind of also an obstacle to get through because, once their brain juices started flowing, it was like, oh, it's time to clean up, so it's just like that the time management was, another obstacle to get through. And then the providing more examples because it was our first time doing this carnival game. It's not like we had live examples to show them. It's not like I could take something out and be like, oh, this was last year's project, So I think providing exemplars was, another thing that we have for next time. We kept some of the games. So that'll be something that it's going to be a benefit for them. So I think those were just some of like the highs and lows of implementing our first PBL that we were able to get from Champ Camp.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And one question for you is, how many students did you have in a group? And did you think that was, the right amount as far as their roles, or how did that work?
So I only had, for my class, I think I have about 20 kids. So I was able to group them up in groups of 4. And I think that honestly worked well, especially with the roles we already had set for them, because when we did the carnival, they even had their own things to wear, like the game conductor had the game conductor hat. So, I think it worked really well. I think if you have too many, it starts getting kind of lost, for as far as creativity and presentation goes. But I think for group was really good. It worked well.